friends, welcome to my first ever behind the scenes cash stuffing video. I'm excited to just share with y'all the process I use to set up my envelopes and everything for my cash stuffings for the entire month. So I'm filming this on May 1st, and I just pulled out money from the bank, which I used for my condensing sinking funds video and some for my monthly cash stuffings. So the money here is what you saw me pull out of my sinking funds from my condensing sinking funds video, as well as some money I also pulled out of the bank. So it's all laid out here in the denominations, and I'm going to show you how I go through and get my denominations set for the entire month. I do all of this pre-planning at the beginning of the month, and then I don't have to go to the bank ever again for the whole month. So I'm just going to take these denominations back off of my binder so that we can take a look at my budget for May. And then I'll walk you through what I do every single month that makes these videos possible and easy for me to film throughout the month. So here we have my May budget, and what I'll do is I'll go to my weekly budget for what I know I'm going to be stuffing in my envelopes. So I've already budgeted out what my spending will look like for each week, as well as for my planned sinking funds. So what I'll do once I have my money is I have these different bank extra envelopes, and I've labeled one week 1, 2, 3, 4, and then May is a 5-week month for me. So I have week 5. So what I'll do is go through and pull out the denominations I know I need for each week. So y'all know in my stuffings, I always start with groceries and my wallet. So for groceries each week, I am going to need a 50. So what I'll do, let me rearrange for you to see. So I have week 1, 2, 3, 4, and then week 5 is a little different, so we'll put it off to the side. So I need a $50 bill for groceries each week because I like doing 50s because it's a little harder for me to break it and just spend it on whatever. So I also try to take like the less good 50s that are a little wrinkly, since I have to fold it to put it in my wallet. So these ones are like the least good 50s, and then I'll take this one for week 4. So then for week 5, I built a 1 week ahead fund, and my 1 week ahead fund was basically me saving for months like this when there was a 5th week. And so I have this money to set aside for week 5. So now I'll show you what I do with that. So for this money, I have a $50 bill in here, which was meant for week 5. So week 5 will go here, and we'll pull week 5 money from this pile. So you'll see I have an extra $50, and that is because sometimes I pull out more money than I need at the beginning of the month, because then I don't have to go back to the bank for my Etsy side hustle cash stuffings. So this 50 is an extra because I have no other funds that need a 50, so it will just go in this zipper pouch, and I'll put it in my safe, and that'll be money I can use for my side hustle stuffings. So after groceries, we have eating out, and eating out is getting $25, but I like to do that in a 10, 2 5s, and 5 1s. So I need 110 for each week. But again, week 5 comes from this stack, so we'll do a 10 for weeks 1 through 4. And again, I like to use like the crusty bills for this. And when I first get my money, I kid you not, I sort them from crispest to crustiest. And so I'll pull from the back for my spending. So I need 4 10s. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. For the 4 weeks. And then I'll pull 110 from my 5 week. And then I need 2 5s, so I'll take my big pile of 5s. And again, I'll pull from the back, and I'll do 2 for each week. So we'll do 2 for week 1, 2 for week 2, 2 for week 3, and 2 for week 4. And then I'll take 2 from my week ahead fund for week 5. now to finish up eating out, we just need 5 ones. So we'll pull from the bottom of the stack of these ones, and we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for week 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for week 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for week 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for week 4. And then for my 5th week, I will pull from here. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are actually pretty crisp ones. So let's exchange. Put them here. And we'll take 5 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for week 5. Okay, great. These ones are the most complicated because I like them in weird smaller denominations. For flex funds, for the first 4 weeks, this month I decided to switch up my denominations a bit just so I had to pull out less ones because I get really annoyed with ones. So I decided to do a 10 and 2 5s for this. So I'll need a $10 bill for the first 4 weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll take one from my 5th week here. And then we'll do 2 5s. For finishing off flex funds. And then for the 5th week though, I did keep the 5 and 5 1 situation happening. So we'll do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll just keep that going. And then for fun, I decided to do 20 and 20, but I did it all in 10s. So we'll do, week 1, we're gonna get $20, so we'll do 2 10s there. We're not getting anything new for fun in week 2, so we'll skip that. And then we'll do 20 more for week 3, and then we'll skip week 4 and week 5. Actually, no, for week 5, we budgeted $10, so we'll put a 10 there out of the week ahead fund. And then alcohol is the same thing. So we'll do 20 week 1 and 20 week 3. And then we'll do a 10 from the week ahead fund that I have for alcohol. And then for toiletries, I decided to give myself that money up front. And I really don't remember what denominations I pulled out for that, if I'm being honest. So I think I'm gonna do a 10 and 2 5s. So we'll do a 10 and 2 5s. It really doesn't matter because I'm gonna have extra money anyway for my side hustle stuffings, so it doesn't matter. So week 1 got toiletries, and then gas also I give it to myself in week 1, and for that we're gonna do 20s and 5s. So we'll do 3 20s. Oh, I forgot toiletries for week 5. I budgeted $5 for week 5 from my week ahead fund. So for gas, 3 20s and 3 5s. So 1, 2, 3. So that's $75. 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75. And we'll give that in week 1 to myself. And then for the last week, I budgeted $10 for gas in addition. So that's week 5. So that is how I separate weeks 1 through 5 in terms of spending. And spending is the only thing that I use my 1 week ahead fund for. My week 5 sinking funds will come out of my regular full-time paycheck. So I just divide them up a little bit differently on 5-week months. So switching to sinking funds, you'll see I'm gonna do $10 every week for car maintenance, and that will be a $10 bill every time. So we'll just put a 10 in each of these piles for that. Giving gets $1 every time, so we'll just do $1 for those. And volleyball gets a 5 every time. So that's pretty simple. So then for my fixed sinking funds, we've got 4th of July, which gets 5 in week 1 and week 2. And then my boyfriend's birthday gets a 5 for every week. And then my dad's birthday gets a 5 for every week. And then Black Friday gets a 5 starting in week 3, because that's when I finish 4th of July, so I start on Black Friday. And then Planner gets a 5 every week. And Car Tax gets a 5 in week 1 and week 2, and then it's fully funded, so then we'll stop stuffing it. And then California gets 30 every week, so we'll do a 20 for each week. And then we'll do a 10 for each week. And then for my friend's wedding, it gets 15 every week, so we'll do a 10, and then we'll do a 5. And then Christmas gets a 10 every week. And then Savings Challenge gets 40 in week 1 to put aside for the Savings Challenge. So I decided to do a 20 and a 10 and 2 5s. So then that is it for all of my sinking funds and spending that I stuff. So then what I'll do is I'll put them each in their associated week's envelopes, and I know I have all the right denominations for that week, and they're already pre-budgeted. And I like doing it this way because I do only get paid once a month with my regular income, so typically that money sits in my account. But it's really tempting to spend or to like not be able to keep track of your money if it sits in the bank. So I like to pull it all out at the beginning of the month. So then I see my true balance in my account for what I have in there without compromising my savings and my spending for the rest of the month. So that is why I do that. So now we've got weeks 1 through 5 in their envelopes. And what I'll do at the beginning of each week, or before I film my video, is I typically fill out my breakdown, and I'll make sure that all the denominations match what I put in here. Because you see it goes in order, so it should be a 50 for groceries, and then it should be a 10, 2 5s, and 5 1s for eating out. And so I'll go through in order, make sure all the denominations are correct, and then I'll put these in order from biggest bill to smallest bill, and that's when I pick up and start filming, and that's what y'all see on my stuffing videos. So, but I do all of this at the beginning of the month, typically off camera, and then put this away in my safe for the month. So you'll see I still have money here, and some of these ones will go back to the bank because they're from the condensed sinking funds video, and I just don't need that many ones. But the 20s, the 10s, and the 5s I'll keep, and maybe some of the ones I'll keep in here. So I'll keep all the 20s, 10s, and 5s, and then I'll probably keep all the best $1 bills, which is most of them. So maybe for now I'll put them all in here, and then I'll figure out if I want to take any of it to the bank. So it's the beginning of the month, so I have a lot of money in my accounts for bills and such. So I'll just leave this here because I get paid for Etsy in like 2 days, 3 days. And then when I get paid for Etsy, I'll pull that money out of here. Let me show you. I'll pull it out of here and put it into here. So for example, I did recently get paid for tutoring. Today she Venmo'd me for the tutoring session we did. So I'm going to eventually put $35 into my income folder for my side hustle. So what I would do is I'd go into this pouch of extra money and I'd just be like, okay, 20, 35. And I'd be like, all right, here's 20, 35. And then I'll transfer the Venmo money into my account. And instead of having to go to the bank to pull out that $35, I already have it at home. And I just repay myself in the account since I never redeposited this money. So that's how I recycle cash. That way I don't have to make a million trips to the bank every month. It's just like the one at the beginning of the year or the beginning of the month, and that's it. So that's how I do that and how I like recycle. And then the last thing I'll share with y'all is my debt. prop money, because y'all know I stuff prop money for my debt payoff. The thing about this month is I don't know, like, since my credit card has like no interest, I'm like, I kind of just want to make one lump sum payment in week 1 and just kind of be done. So, but then that makes the rest of the weeks like really kind of boring to watch. So I don't know how I want to do it, but I think I'm going to start by dividing it out. So if I have 405 to put towards this, and I divide it by 5 weeks, then that would be $81 every week. So let's go ahead and say that I'm going to do that. And if I change my mind, I will let y'all know in the videos. So then what I would need to do is get my prop money, which are in these really janky looking envelopes. And I would need to pull $81 for every week. So that's going to be 550s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 520s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 510s. 1, 2. These ones are kind of yellow and I don't like them. 3, 4, 5. And then I would need a $1 bill for every week to make it 81. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then, how do I do that? So now in prop money, I have 50, 70, 81 for every week. And I'll go in and I'll just slide that in the back, because you know I do my debt payment stuffings last anyway in the order of how I stuff. So I'll just keep the prop money separate from the regular money. And then I lied. I have one more thing I'm going to share with y'all. Now I have this rollover money from week 5 of April, and 6 of it was gas. So I'll just like usually take a scrap piece of paper, and this is for my California gas fund, because I told myself if I had any leftover money in gas every month, I would put it in my California gas fund. And then 9 of this was from Toiletries, so that has to go to my household, because I told myself if I underspent in Toiletries, it would go to household. So I'll put that in there like that. And then this was just leftover for spending. So I'll like tear a little sheet and I'll say April week 5 rollover. And that can go wherever I want it to go. And I'll stuff that in my week 1 cash stuffing, because that's how I usually do rollover. So what I'll do is I'll take all of this and I'll also add it to my week 1 so that I remember that I have that money to reallocate the next time I film that video, which is going to be today, right after this. I might eat lunch first. I have filmed so many videos. I filmed my closeout budget video, my debt update video, my condensed sinking funds video, and now this video, and then I also need to film my cash stuffing video. So I'll have filmed 5 videos today, but they will be out of the way, and then I'll just need to edit and post them for y'all. So yeah, that's a little behind the scenes of how I set myself up and get organized for the month. I hope it was fun and entertaining. I've never done this, so give me some feedback in the comments if you did like it, or if you didn't, I won't be offended. And yeah, next time you see me, we'll be stuffing my envelopes for week 1, which you kind of have a sneak peek of what that's going to look like. So I'll see y'all then. Bye.